welcome back to my channel.
The right way is supposed to be called. It should be called goals. And one thing that goals help us to do, it helps us to achieve what we wanted to achieve faster. It helps us to run on a faster pace. So, studies have shown that people that set goals and set priorities for their life tend to achieve it faster than those that haven't. So, if I set a goal that I'm going to come to e-library, there is a 70% guarantee that I'll be coming here. But those that maybe just say it, I will be coming, but no effort put. So if I'm coming to e-library, I know that I'm going to put effort, like I'll leave my house, I'll get dressed, and then I get to enter a tricycle or something. But if there is no effort, you're only saying I should be at e-library, but you're not doing anything. There's no effort you have been put to it. You're only sitting at home pressing your phone perhaps, and you know that you will not achieve it. That's like 20% of it. You can't achieve what you're supposed to achieve. So when we talk about goals, is setting out our priorities, setting out our values to achieve what we are supposed to achieve faster. Yeah, goal setting is the first thing that helps the invisible become visible. Like you are prioritizing something, you're thinking of something to do. For example, you want to do something invisible that you don't have it tangible. Okay, for example, I want to get a job. Like you don't have the job yet, you want to get the job. So what will help you get the job is setting the goals that I want to get the job. So you know that, oh, this thing is invisible and I want to make it visible. So I have to set the goals to get there. Are we together? Yes. So goals are the first step in achieving something. I use the example of getting a job. The first step of achieving it is me wanting to do it. So if I don't want to do something, I will not achieve that thing. I want to do it, and then I know that I want to eat. I'll go and get food. I want to get a job. I know I want to do this thing. I have to put effort to get it done. But if I don't set goals, perhaps I might not even feel like, I only say, oh, I want to open an Upwork account because I have not set the goals and they make it plain. Days will pass and enter into weeks and enter into months. I discover I have not done that thing, but I want to do it, but I have not still done it. It's not like I'm dumb and that I don't know what I'm supposed to do. No, it's just because that I have not put effort in getting it done. Yeah. Goal is a fuel to our motivation. Goals is a fuel to our motivation. Setting goals help to put yourself in check. Yes, I said that. It helps to give us a drive. It helps to motivate us. And like, okay, I want to make a million naira. I'm dividing a million naira into 12 months. How much am I making in a month? Into 12 months of a year. I'll now know that, how much am I making in a month too? And I'll put myself into check. It will motivate me to do more. So if I don't even write the goals down, if I don't even have the goals, I'm not like, okay, maybe you see like 30% of people out. Let me even say 70% of people out, they are like, I just want to get this thing done. Or some will enter the year and like, what will be will be. Do you hear people say that? People say that, oh, what will be will be. So I don't really, I'm not moved. So what will be will be. Anyhow, let me see how the year will be. January has finished. They not have any target for themselves. They not have any goals for themselves. What will be will be. Just keep moving. And the person that sets the goal, I'm like, okay, this month I'm going to achieve 1,000 naira. And then you're working towards achieving 1,000 naira. Me, I used to tell people that if you want to achieve, especially financial goals, maybe you want to achieve, let's call it 20 naira in a month. Divide this 20 naira into 4 weeks, and then you know that each week I'm supposed to, that'll be 5 naira. You know that each week I'm supposed to make 5 naira. So I'm making 5 naira. It now motivates me. So it's Wednesday and I've not made 1 naira. I'm not like, I was supposed to make this. So, and another thing, some goals might sound impossible. Some goals might sound impossible, but that does not make it. I wrote somewhere, I'm going to come and touch that we shouldn't make a goals that are very easy to achieve. If I say I'm going to be making 10,000 naira every month, it's too easy. That is very possible that you make it. So don't make a goals that is too easy to achieve. Make a goals that will so push you. Like a goals that when you look at the goals, you're like, Jesus. will I really achieve this? Am I really the one that is going to, you get? But if you set a goal that is just there, you feel so relaxed, like you're just there, it's not moving you, it's not motivating you, it's not fueling your hunger to do more. When you set some goals like, oh, I want to read 20 books this month, that's your personal goals. I want to read 20 books this month. You know that 20 books, each week I'm supposed to read five. So when you're on social media, you're remembering that I'm supposed to read five books, I've not read one, or I've read three, I've not met my target more. It's not motivating, now fuels you. And one thing goal setting is discipline. 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 If you don't discipline yourself, you can't achieve that set goals. If there is no discipline, you are, I don't even put it, you're like 10 step backward to achieving it. What makes you achieve a set goals is discipline, because most of the time these goals, you're not setting for someone. You're not making the goals for me. You're not making the goals for him. You're not making it for you. So you're making it for yourself. And then you know that for me to achieve this particular thing I'm setting, I need to discipline myself. So I cannot say I want to achieve this and then I've not disciplined myself to achieve it. It's not possible. It's not possible. Okay, I'll say, okay, I want to lose weight, and then I'm still eating junk food. It's discipline that will stop me from eating the junk food, and then I'll now switch to a healthy habit. I know that, okay, I want to do this. I'm not doing this because of this. You have a right reason to do this. I want to read 20 books. I'm reading 20 books because I want to improve my intellectual capacity. But if your reasons is I'm reading 20 books so that I can come and post online than reading 20 books, you might not really achieve that 20 books. But if your core values and your motivation is to read it for personal development, you see that you even have this hunger. Like your spirit might not be at rest. You just want to achieve that. Okay? Goal setting helps us in knowing what we want and the plans to make the progress and help us get there. Goal setting is knowing what you want. See, I used to say this particular one every time. If you don't see something, you can't get there. If you don't know what you want, you can't even set the goals. If you don't know what you want, you cannot set the goals. You can't set the goals of a thing that you don't know. I don't know that I want to host a vision board meeting. Then how will I set the goals? I don't know that I'm supposed to do this. Then how will I do it? So you can't even get to where you're not sure of. You want to do this. I want to have 5 A's in my academics this semester. That's a goal. I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to put work into making it done. But if I don't even know it, I'm supposed to do that. If I don't know that I'm supposed to do that, I will not do it. So when you're setting your goals, it helps you to know what you are doing. It helps you to know what you are doing, and it helps you to know where you are going to. One of the things in goal setting is for you knowing your values. If you don't know your core values, like, okay, I know my values, I can't do this, I can't do this, you cannot set the goals properly. So I'm just going to write goals as pay. Maybe you're seeing someone having 1,001 likes because the person is posting pornography. Maybe the person is posting some worldly music. So you're not jumping to that line because you don't even know your values. Because in your goals, you wrote that you want to increase your visibility online. So you're now going to a wrong path to get the thing done. But when you know your values, you take the right route and say, no, I can't go through this other path because I know my values. Are we together? So I'm going to give us 5 principles of setting goals. Oh, 5 principles of setting goals. 5 principles of goal setting. Number one, clarity. Number one, clarity. Goals that are clear and specific are easier to achieve than those that are not clear. If you don't have the clarity, if you don't have the clarity of what you want to do, you will not get it done. Goals that are clear and specific are more likely to be completed successfully. Make it specific. Make the goal specific. Let me give us an example. I'm a business person. I want to make more sales. So I'm going to make my goals very specific now. And I know that I'm setting a goals based on my business in the area of my business. Now, the goals I'm making towards my business should be very clear. I want to make 5 sales in a month. Very clear and specific. Very clear and specific. I want to make 5 sales in a month. So what am I going to do to make these 5 sales? What am I going to do to make these 3 sales? Your goal should not be so, it shouldn't be it should not look like mission impossible goals, like I want to make 1,000 sales when you know in yourself you have not even made 2 sales in a month for the past 6 months, but because you came to a goal event that they were speaking about it, when you go back you're now making your goals and you're like, I want to make 1,001 sales in a year, when you yourself you know that for the last 6 months you are struggling to even make 3 sales. It's family and friends that are helping you. Is it specific? Is the goals clear? It's looking too real, too good to be true. Are we together? So if your goals are looking too real to be true, it's not going to work out. It's not a prayer point. It's not a cause. I'm not coming to mix up our feelings, but I'm coming to tell us that if it's looking too real to be achieved, okay, let it be that you said you want to make 50 sales, you hit the 50. Next time you increase the target. You increase the target. You are making a goals to make 1,000 sales. You know you already made 500 sales in your last self evaluation you did, and you're now trying to double of what you're making, because we're talking about goals does not mean that we should run from where we are to a place that we are not, but rather we should stay at our own pace and develop ourselves to a greater pace. Are we together? So I am setting goals at my level. I want to host meeting that I have 100 people. When I get there, there's a space I want to, like, I'm hosting a meeting that there will be 1 million seated there. I cannot come and say I want to host a meeting of 1 million. Do you understand? When I've not saturated myself enough. So your goal should be very clear. There should be clarity when you are setting your goals. There should be clarity when setting your goals. Another thing, number two, your goal should be challenging. It should challenge you. Your goal should challenge you to wake up to sleep. To wake up from sleep, rather. Your goal should challenge you. I said before that if you make a goal of like, oh, I want to make what did I say before? I want to make 10,000 naira. And you know that already 10,000 naira is what you spend in a good day. You spend it one day because of how the state of the economy. It's not a challenging goal, but your goal should wake you up from sleep. Your goal should give you restlessness. Look at your goal should cover all the areas of your life, and it should make you feel so restless. Even if it's your academics, your goal should make you feel restless. Oh, I'm supposed to achieve this, so I have to get this thing done. But if it's so cheap, I want to have all these. All these are not even hard. Just read a day to your exams you're going to have. But you know you want to have all A's. You know extra work must be done. So your goal should challenge you. The third one, commitment. There should be commitment in achieving all your goals that you have written down. Commitment. What are you committed to do? What are you committed to do? When we are talking about commitment, it means you genuinely want these goals to be realistic. So you are putting so much effort to make it realistic. You genuinely want this to be done, so you are putting this effort to make it done. You are committed in it. You're looking at your academic goals. Oh, I want to have this certain CGPA by the end of my semester. What commitment are you doing to make this thing done? Remember that when you're setting goals, you're setting for yourself, you're not setting for the other person. And the motivation behind your goal setting should be of a good motive. Because if you're setting goals for you to tell somebody, oh, I set a goal of this amount to reach this amount, it will not work. Hello, it will not work. That's when your value comes in. That's when your core value comes in. Your value will help you to set a goals, and then you are committed in making that goals realistic. The next one is feedback. Give yourself genuine feedbacks on these things. At the end of the month, sit back and look at your monthly goals and like, have I been able to achieve it? I said I'm going to do this. Have I done it? Go back and take the one you have not done. The one you have achieved, double it for the next month. The one you haven't achieved, fast forward it to the next month. Carry it over to the next month. Carry it forward to the next month. Feedbacks. If you have an accountability partner, ask the person, have I done this thing well? How am I doing it? Have I done it well? There should be genuine feedbacks. Sit down and then give yourself evaluation like, am I doing this well? Have I done it well? If you're not giving yourself feedback, you still be tossing around the circle like, oh, I've set, oh, you are happy, you're already excited. Oh, I've set my monthly goals. Oh, I've set my yearly goals. Oh, I've set this thing. But have you sat back to like, oh, what's the feedback? These goals that I've made, how far? How far have I gotten it? Then the last one is tax complexity. Tax complexity. The completion of your goals may not be evident at the beginning. You might not get it done at the beginning, like, I got it. I did it. At the beginning, you might not get it, does not mean that you are a failure. At the beginning, when you have not gotten your goals, does not make you a failure. That's when we say task complicity. I have not gotten it does not mean that I should shut down writing goals. I will keep on writing my goals. I will keep on making my goals. I will keep on making smart goals. Okay, I'm going to give us an example of the 5 principles of goal setting. We'll use this in an example. For example, I want to start a business. So, I want to start a business. First of all, I have to get clarity of the business. I have to get clarity. What kind of business do I want to? I make my research. I want to start Akara business. Akara business. Now, I've made my research. I've gotten the clarity. And I'll challenge myself to getting a venue, getting a place I want to be frying my akara. How many akara I want to be doing every day. Okay, since we are educated people, we might not want an literate. We might not want to do the roadside to fry. We want to do packaging and rebranding and So I'm like, okay, I'll now make research on like, how can I do this? Maybe I'm going to pack it and then go and supply it in shops and make my akara. The akara can stay longer than what the other person is doing. That I make my research. Then I'll challenge myself. How many supermarkets will I have to? How many supermarkets will I have to supply it to? How many supermarkets do I have to go and do my marketing to? How many akara will I produce in a day? Then commitment. I'm now committed in seeing that my clarity and my challenge have come to a reality. I set up a team. If I want to do it alone, I go as far as buying the tools that I need. I invest into it. That's the commitment. And then the feedbacks. I do a sample of akara and give to my friends to eat to give me a feedback. Like, oh, how is this thing testing? I do a sample and store it and see, can it stay for 5 days? And after that, I set it up to start. I start selling my akara. Do we get it? Sometimes in your commitment, you might start with doing your branding, giving it to your photographer to doing a sample, calling your photographer to take the pictures, calling your graphic designer to design the pack for you, and doing a whole lot of research. So, reasons for goal setting. Why is goal setting important? Why should I set goals? Why should I set goals? I want to hear from us. Why should I set goals? I've been talking for the past 20 minutes. I want to hear from us. Why should I set goals? Why?
All right. Yeah. One of the reasons I know goal setting is needful is it it helps to keep us in check.
Yes.
Yeah, we have things that we want to accomplish, and a lot of research and some scientific findings have made us to understand that in our memory is limited to holding information for a very long time.
Exactly.
So when we write out those goals and set out goals, it helps to keep us in check and know whether this thing that we wanted to do, were we able to
Do
achieve it and at this particular time, or what. Then if we're not able to do that, it now we now have to devise other means of find out reason why we're not able
done.
to, yes, do it at this particular time, or why it was not able to be achieved at all. And sometimes when we're able to achieve it, we now discover that there are these are our strengths. We have strengths in this area, or maybe we are weak in some areas. So it helps us to develop ourselves and keep ourselves in check.
Okay. Someone else.
I think for me, it helps me to have
Okay.
a fallback to know if I'm making progress or not.
Goal setting gives direction. So with that, you'll be able to avoid unnecessary distraction and be focused on what you wish to
Exactly.
do.
Exactly. All what we are saying is correct. And okay, I wrote down the number one reason is it gives us focus. So I know where I'm going to. I'm focused on getting there. I know where I'm going to, so I'm focused on getting there. Goal setting helps us to measure our progress. It helps us to measure our progress. See, sometimes when we talk to people about goal setting, people might feel that, oh, you set goals, you must achieve it. Like I said, it's discipline to achieve it. Goal settings gives us the focus. It measures us. Are we on the right track to see our progress? Yes, my husband was telling me how he set a particular goal some time ago. He could not achieve it, but he stayed on it and he was able to achieve that particular stuff he said he's going to achieve. It helps us measure our progress. And another thing I do say that goal setting helps us to appreciate God. We are Christians and we don't take away that part, the Christianity part, the godly part. Sometimes that you just write down your goals and then you just feel, should I say just write down your goals carnally? Let me use the word, or should I use it? Just write down your goals because you want to write. But sometimes when you're writing your goals, you take it to God in prayers. You pray about it. You ask God, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Am I in your path? Is it your will? Sometimes we might not achieve it because it's not God's will. We might feel it's a family problem, but because it's not the will of God, we might not achieve it. But if we are in the right track, it helps us to appreciate. Sometimes that for the past 5 years, is it 5 years? Yes, for the past since when I was doing my ND, for the past 5 years, I've been very consistent in writing goals, and it has helped me appreciate the will of God, like the hand of God in my life. Goals have actually helped me to see that, oh, God is good. I can't remember a year that I'll write something and then I'll not achieve it. At the end of the year, I'll sit back and like, hey, all the things I wrote, I achieved it. Sometimes before you even enter half of the year, you have achieved what you said you are going to do it. It gives us this mindset of being appreciative to God. Not like, oh, I want to do this. And then you just see yourself doing. Even I think there was a particular goal that from January to like November, it wasn't achieved. It was December, and that was the last thing for that year I was supposed to. It was December. How the thing even came, I wrote it that I'm going to pay money to do, but how it came, I didn't have to pay money again. And then I just sat back that December and like, all all the things I wrote down, all the things that I wished for this year, all happened. It gives us a measure of our progress. So now the following year, when I was setting my goals, I had to set it higher. I had to double it. Oh, this is it and this is it. Goals help us to stay motivated. We might feel discouraged, but when you go back, my notebook, I wrote my goals 5 years ago. I still have them. So when I go back and then I open it and I'm reading it and I'm just appreciating, I'm like, oh wow. So at that time, I wrote this. And some things I did not even come to pass. I just saw that God took me out from that part and I did some